Hello, today I will present the final findings from my research project named as an explorative secondary research examining the impacts of green banking initiatives taken by State Bank of India to reduce environmental degradation problems arising due to banking operations in India. So first let's look at the research objectives. We will find out the major environmental problem caused by banks in India. We will also learn about some challenges to implement and some benefits of implementing green banking practices. Lastly, we will mainly focus on particular SBI to analyze green measures taken by them and its impact to achieve the sustainable goal. Coming to the research methodology, to make this project, I have collected secondary data only and performed qualitative data analysis. The data have been obtained mainly from 2021 to 2022 Sustainability Report of SBI, ResearchGate and Statista. Apart from that, few other articles available in the web have been used to gain information. These are the 17 global sustainable goals developed by United Nations in 2015, aimed at improving the planet and the quality of human life around the world by the year 2030. So these goals cover all kind of aspect like environmental aspect, social aspect, economical aspect, everything. But for this particular project, we will only focus on environmental goals or the environmental aspects. During explaining the green initiatives taken by SBI and its impact later in the presentation, I will refer to this goal as the acronym SDG or Sustainable Development Goal followed by the number of goal and state how the action by SBI relate to that particular sustainable development goals in the list. First, let us see what exactly is green banking. In a most simple way, it can be described as a mission-driven financial institution that utilize creative finance to accelerate the switch to clean energy and combat climate change and ensure a sustainable development. Now, we know the biggest problem that today's world faces is climate change, and this problem increases by greenhouse gas emission into the air like carbon dioxide. So, the average global temperature on Earth has increased by at least 1.1 degrees Celsius since 1880, and the majority of it has happened after 1975 at a rate of 0.15 to 0.20 degrees centigrade. We can see that between 2016 to 2022, SBI alone invested $9.49 billion in fossil fuel industry, which caused a huge expansion of the fossil fuel industry and it also caused temperature increase in the country. Here we can see how drastically has CO2 emission in India skyrocketed from 1970 to 2021. It has increased by almost 6 times within a short span of 51 years. And at the left we can see the highest contributor to the CO2 emission is coal, followed by oil and gas. Now, now coming to the difficulties. Uh, so, lack of awareness among Indian people about green banking and sustainability, tendency of greenwashing by few Indian companies, lack of budget, lack of proper required equipment, possibility of credit risk, and high operating cost are few obstacles that causes hindrance to successful green banking implementation in the country. However, if it is implemented effectively, the bank can enjoy a decreased legal risk, increased customer satisfaction, and enhanced goodwill, as well as the carbon footprint of the country can be cut down. Now, green initiatives taken by State Bank of India. So these are only a few of the initiatives taken by SBI to promote sustainable growth. To promote paperless banking, they have introduced green channel counter, and SBI is the largest installer of solar ATMs in the world. And as per 2022, the number of solar ATM has exceeds 3,000. SBI is the first bank to set up windmills in Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, and Gujarat to encourage green projects. They actively tend to invest more on waste management, water management, energy saver, etc., and eagerly issue green bonds, green loan to company to encourage sustainable practices. These actions contribute to SDG 7 and SDG 9, that are affordable and clean energy, industry innovation, and infrastructure, respectively. Here we can clearly see that the three states where SBI implemented windmills have moderate to good air quality. The states are Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. Thus, it contribute to SDG 11 and SDG 13, which are sustainable cities and communities and climate action, respectively. Now, impact on growth in use of internet banking. Increase of awareness about sustainable internet banking procedures by SBI has resulted in an immense increase in the use of internet banking by Indians. India has the highest number of digital banking users in the world in 2022. Here we can see that the number was roughly around to 295 million in 2022. Now, environmental, social, and governance factor. SBI has given loan over 50 million euro in financial year 2020 to 2021 based on rating by ESG parameters, which resulted in a positive environmental impact by those projects, and it has potential to reduce emission of more than 5.5 million total CO2 per year, and it has an estimated annual production of renewable energy of more than 38 lakh megawatt per hour, and over 10 states in India, including Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Gujarat, are involved in green project as in 2022. Thus, it contributes to SDG 7, SDG 11, SDG 13, which are affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, and climate action. SBI has adopted measures to reduce dependency on non-renewable energy sources and use more renewable energy sources. We can see energy consumption by diesel has reduced significantly from 2009 to 2022, and CO2 emission has reduced as well within this period. It fulfills SDG 12, that is responsible consumption and production. However, energy consumption from grid electricity has increased over the year. We can notice both scope 1 and scope 2 emission, or in simple term, direct emission of greenhouse gas from vehicle fuels and indirect emission from electricity heating have increased over year. Only scope 3 emission of greenhouse gas have decreased. Thus, in this case, SBI could not fulfill SDG 13, which is climate action. Coming to the impact on reduction of total paper use. By looking at this image, we can clearly see that overall paper use by the bank has decreased significantly by adopting different sustainable steps like computerization and digitalization to carry on day-to-day operation, and it contributes to SDG 12, that is responsible consumption and production. Impact on water waste reduction. The bank has built 15 facilities for composting food waste. There are also 22 sewage treatment plants as of right now. The total amount of waste recycled over the year was 64.62 metric ton. There are two examples of waste reduction by SBI. Number one, EcoBrick campaign in Mumbai, where plastic waste from over 75,000 plastic bottles have been collected and it is being used in sustainable projects. And number two, waste segregation efforts at State Bank Institute of Leadership in Kolkata. Here, the waste are segregated based on recycling and non-recycling property. Thus, it contributes to SDG 6, SDG 13, SDG 14, and SDG 15, which are clean water and sanitation, clean climate action, life below water, and life on land, respectively. Uh, Coming to the impact on water management. To enhance water efficiency, rainwater harvesting devices have been installed at SBI facilities. The sewage treatment plant In the corporate center, recycled over 8,000 liters of wastewater. There are two examples given here. So, number one, in order to supply water for the facilities horticulture need, the State Bank Institute of Rural Banking in Hyderabad uses drains to direct extra rainwater from the campus and the neighborhood into an old well and a small tank. And the second example is by gathering and purifying rainwater from various campus buildings, the natural rainwater harvesting system at State Bank Institute of Leadership in Kolkata restores the groundwater. Thus, it contributes to SDG 6, which is clean water and sanitation. Here, I will discuss few other green initiatives that has been taken by State Bank of India, and that has contributed to SDG 6, SDG 12 and SDG 13, that are clean water and sanitation, responsible consumption and production, and climate action. So firstly, through the use of green channel counter, over 27 crore transactions were completed, saving over 445 metric tons of paper, more than 39,000 cubic meter of water, and 4,000 total carbon dioxide and equivalent of greenhouse gas emission. Number two, green pins cut paper use by around 300 metric tons, water use by over 27,000 cubic meter, and carbon dioxide emission by around 2,700 total CO2 equivalent. And thirdly, over 6.45 lakh trees were planted in financial year 2021 to 2022. To conclude, I would like to say that climate change is the major environmental issue brought on by Indian banks, as these institutions provided immense funding for the growth of the fossil fuel industry, and that produced enormous amount of greenhouse gases, which contributed to global warming. In order to address this issue, SBI is the first bank in India to initiate action to encourage sustainable banking practices. The bank has taken a number of beneficial steps to reduce waste, increase recycling, manage greenhouse gas emission, and use less water, electricity, and paper. Utilizing these strategies wisely, it has greatly aided SBI in achieving its objective of sustainable development. Moving on to the recommendation, SBI might introduce a separate green bank account that can help customer gain the knowledge to take action against climate change and to prioritize sustainability. And secondly, SBI might launch a climate credit card and loyalty program that would reward users for lowering their carbon footprints with reward points. Now, critical reflection. The project has been completed within time. However, I could not start interpretation of the findings from the expected dates that I set in the Gantt chart. After completing this project, I have gained a good knowledge of types of sustainable practices done by State Bank of India and the result of their initiative. I wish I could find more detailed report about the result of the green initiatives taken by SBI. I feel if more time than 15 minutes had been allotted to us for the presentation, I would have presented better. I feel very good and relaxed as the project is completed now and feel more confident about presenting for research in future. Thank you.